Let's get started. This is yoga sculpt. So just a set of blocks. If you'd like to have ankle weights on, that's another great option as opposed to a set of weights. We're not going to use hand weights today. We're going to use that block. It's going to be nice and fun. So let's go ahead and start in a child's pose. Drawing your knees wide, sinking your hips towards your heels. Feel free to use a pillow or bolster or rolled up blanket underneath your knees for some additional support. And just reaching your arms out long, resting your forehead on the floor, on a block if you like to have it elevated. And just gently rocking your forehead from side to side. Reaching your fingertips long to the top of your mat as you actively press your hips in towards your heels. Maybe allowing your hips to rock side to side. Continuing here with just any organic movement in child's pose. Anything that's comfortable for you today. Actively reaching fingertips long, stretching hips towards your heels. From here, gently walk your hands in, finding a tabletop position. Wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Tuck your toes, hammock your belly, and lift your gaze. Deep inhale. On your exhale, untuck your toes, press the floor away. Inhale, tuck your toes, hammock your belly. Exhale, press it all the way. Try to create space between your shoulder blades. Continuing here with your breath, cat and cow, as you spiral your elbow creases to the top of your mat. One more here, wherever you're at. Deep inhale and deep exhale. Come back to a neutral spine. You can tuck your toes, sink your hips towards your heels for a deeper calf stretch. Stretching the back side of your feet. Inhale, come back through center. Inhale, reach your left arm high. Exhale, thread it all the way under and through the right side body. Resting your left cheek or ear on the floor, coming in to thread the needle. Option to release your right hand, bind it around towards your left hip to open up your shoulder. Gently release your right hand back under your right shoulder if it was binded. Inhale, reach your left arm high. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, thread it all the way under and through the left side body. As you reach that right arm long, gently release your right cheek or ear towards the floor or to a block. You can stay here with your left arm boxed out. If you'd like to open up your left shoulder, release your left hand to the outside of your right hip. Gently place your left hand back under your shoulder. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, release your right hand under your shoulder. Tuck your toes, walk your hands a palm print forward, lift your hips. Coming to our first downward facing dog. Gently pedal it out, bending and extending one leg at a time. Walking your dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot in between your palms. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sweep and hinge, one lightning crescent. Hold the hinge forward, sweep your arms around in front. Pivot your left toes, open up, find your warrior two. Hold it here for a breath. Inhale, rise up, big star. Exhale, bend into your left knee, flex your right foot, reach your right hand down, left arm up. Floating Skadasana. Inhale, pivot your left toes, bend into your right knee, find your warrior one. Exhale, release your right hand to the inside or back of your left leg. Left arm stays high, find your exalted warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your left hand down, reach your right arm towards the ceiling. Find your high lunge with a twist. Circle out your right shoulder. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, thread it under and through the left side body. Inhale, reach once more. Exhale, sweep. Inhale, rise up. Release your right hand, pivot your left toes. Release your left knee and then find a pigeon pose. A little stretch here. You can stay in a low lunge with a twist. You can untuck your left toes. You can sit up nice and tall. You can fold forward. Opening up that right hip here. Wherever you're at, hold it for one more breath. Tuck your left toes. They were previously untucked. Sweep your right leg back. Lower your right foot, pedal it out. We're going to repeat the same thing on the left side. Inhale, sweep your left leg high. Exhale, draw your knee in towards your nose. Step your left foot in between your palms. Find your focus. Inhale, rise up, high crescent. Exhale, one lightning crescent. Sweep and hold. Draw your arms around in front. Pivot your right toes. Open up. Find your warrior two. Find your breath. Focus. Inhale, big star. Exhale, bend into your right knee. Flex through your left toes. Reach your left hand down to your left toes. Reach your right arm towards the ceiling. Floating Skadasana. Inhale, rise up. Pivot your right toes, bend into your left knee. Find your warrior one. Back right leg is straight. Release your left hand to your lower back or the inside of your right thigh. Right arm stays high. Option to lift your chest. Exhale, cartwheel down. Pivot your right toes. Reach your right hand down to the inside of your left foot. Circle out your left wrist. Circle out your shoulder. All right, inhale, left arm high. Exhale, thread it under and through the right side body. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sweep. Inhale, reach. Release your left hand to frame your left foot. Gently release your right knee down. Slide your left knee to your left wrist. Coming into pigeon, you can walk that right foot back. You can untuck your right toes, rise up. You're also more than welcome to stay in a low lunge. You can hinge forward. Any variation of pigeon here, opening up the left hip. Inhale, walk your hands under your shoulders. Tuck your left toes, sweep your left leg up and back. Lower your left foot, pedal it out. All right, bend both of your knees, gently lowering your knees towards your mat. Release your left or right hip. Grab those set of blocks. These blocks are going to be your best friends all of class. Again, no hand weights for today. If you'd like to use ankle weights, that's another great option. Starting with having a seat, grab one of your blocks. Grab it long ways. And from here, bring that block directly in front of your face. I'm going to block you guys. From here, we're just going to open and close the elbows, just like a butterfly wing. Open and close. Squeeze that block between your palms. So if your palms start to lift up, seal them back into that block. If any of your fingers start to lift off that block, press them back in. Pressing in opposite directions as you actively open and close your elbows. You can open your elbows as far, opening your wings. You can draw your elbows towards one another. They do not have to touch. They can come close towards one another, just moving here with your breath. Sitting up nice and tall, crown of your head pulling towards the ceiling. You can sit in Indian style, butterfly, anything that's comfortable for you. Keep it going. Open and close. Just a few more. Give me two more. All right, hold those elbows parallel. We're gonna lift and lower that block. Now, your elbows are gonna start to seep out. Keep them close in. That's where you're really going to feel this. Keep that block close in towards one another. Elbows parallel. Just a lift and a lower. How are your palms doing? Are your fingertips pressed in towards that block? Are your palms actively pressing in on each side? As if you were to remove one palm, you would move that block over to the other side. Likewise, if you remove the other side, it would flow to the other side. So lift and a lower. Your shoulders should be nice and warm by now. Keep those elbows close in. I know it burns. Just a few more. Nice work. Last 2. All right, hold those elbows directly out in front. Last bit with the block between your palms. Elbows extend, elbows bend. So you're just keeping those elbows at shoulder height. I know it burns. Just power through. This is the last move. And we're gonna roll back. We're gonna keep that block between our palms. We're gonna fire up the core next. Maybe try switching which foot's in front. A little distraction. Keep the elbows close in towards one another. Great work. Elbows bend, elbows extend. You've got it, keep it going. Great focus. We're gonna come back to a C-sit. Option to keep one block between your palms or bring one block on each side of your hip. I'll show you both options. All right, we're gonna find that C-sit. So what I mean is we're gonna lean back. Bring that block between your palms. Bring it long ways this time. Lift your legs and then draw opposite elbow, opposite knee, reaching the opposite leg long. So bicycle legs. Now you can keep one foot planted on the floor and just draw that knee in. If you'd like, you can place the blocks just slightly behind your hips. Lean back onto your elbows and bicycle those legs. The focus here is your core. Strong point through your toes. Hi, Lucy. Keep it going. Looks like one of my dogs just woke up. Must be nice. Keep it going. Opposite elbow, opposite knee with that block between your palms. Maybe resting your hands by your hips or forearms on the blocks. Give me one more of each. All right, set that block at any setting. Lowest will be easiest, highest will be hardest. Sit back so that your heel is in the middle of that block. Relax your left leg, strong point through your right leg, hands by your hips, sit up nice and tall. We're gonna tap up and over that block. You can adjust the height of that block at any time. Maybe try to challenge yourself. Lots of hip flexor work here. Imagine that block is a block of fire and you want to avoid tapping that block. It's okay to adjust the block at any time. Try not to slouch back into your hips. Try to sit up nice and tall. Just a few more here on the right side and then we're going to switch to the left leg. All right, finish up where you're at. Relax that right leg. Let that thigh roll side to side. Let your heel rainbow. All right, sit up nice and tall. Block at any height. Now we have that left leg. Relax the right leg. Strong point through your left toes. Up and over. Keep it going. Little tap overs. Remember to sit nice and tall. No rounding of your spine. Nice long back. Crown of your head pulling towards the ceiling. Adjust that block at any height. Tap up and over. Abs are engaged here. So you're firing up those lower abs. You're really firing up the hip flexor on the left side, keeping everything symmetrical. You just worked the right side. Now we're working the left side. We're going to grab that block between our hands next, keeping our legs straight to the top of the mat. All right, finish up where you're at. Zip your legs together. Grab that block between your palms. Sit side to side. Sit bones pressing towards the floor. Frankenstein arm. Reach your arms forward. Reach your arms up overhead. Bring them back forward. Slowly roll down. Think one vertebrae at a time. Lower back. Middle back. Upper back all the way down. Head, neck, and shoulders. Tap the floor. Reach that block overhead. Tap. Bring that block back in front. Roll all the way up. Think slow and steady. We're just going to do one of each. Once you get to the top, reach that block overhead. Reach that block forward. From here, go ahead and place that block between your ankles. Roll back. From here, reach your arms and legs long. Opposite direction, block between your feet. We're going to lift the arms, lift the legs, transfer that block to our hands, lower your arms, lower your legs, block is in your hands, lift both sets of limbs, bring the block between your feet, lower and lift. So you're lowering your arms and legs long in opposite direction. Lower back stays sealed to the floor, and you're alternating block between your feet, transfer that block between your hands, and then reaching your limbs long in between. The lower you bring your limbs, the more challenging it is. Bring it to any degree, close towards the floor, but try to avoid touching the floor. Keep that resistance going. Lift and lower. Just a few more here. We're going to keep that block between our feet next. All right, go ahead and transfer that block towards your feet. Lower your feet down. Rest your hands under your hips. Palms are facing down. From here, legs lift and lower. So placing your hands under your hips gives you a little additional support. If you're like, I don't need that support, Amanda, you can release your palms by your side. You can cactus your arms. You can draw your elbows wide. Most important thing is you keep your abs engaged, navel's pulled into your spine and up to the crown of your head. So you want to seal your lower back into that floor. If your lower back starts to lift up, maybe add a bend in your knees. Don't lower your limbs as far, or you can always place your hands under your hips, or any combination of those. Legs lift, legs lower. All right, on the next one, hold the legs to the ceiling. Legs can be straight, legs can be bent. Draw your elbows wide behind your head. From here, crunch to the center. Reach your right hand to your left ankle. Come back through center, lower down. Crunch up, right hand to left ankle. Come back through center, lower down. So you're crunching the middle and then drawing your right arm over to the outside of your left ankle. Coming back through center. And then releasing your head, neck, and shoulders. Slow and steady, crunching to the center, crossing over to the left side, and then back through center. Keep it going. We're intentionally doing longer on one side. We'll repeat the same thing on the other side, don't worry. Keeping everything symmetrical. That's it, give me one more to the left. All right, lower your head, neck, and shoulders. Crunch through center. This time, left arm reaches to the outside of your left ankle, towards your pinky toe, maybe your shin, your knee, your thigh. Reach for whatever you can. Your legs can be straight. You can have a soft bend. You can have a deep bend in those knees. Keep it going. Crunch through center. Reach over to the right, back through center, and lower. Keep it going. Moving here with control, slow and steady. Reach for that outer thigh, knee, shin, ankle, maybe your pinky toe. Reach for what you can. That's it. Crunch through center, cross body over to the right, back through center, lower your head, neck, and shoulders. All right, give me one more wherever you're at. All right, release your head, neck, and shoulders back to the center. Elbows are wide, or you can place your hands under your hips. So with your legs to the ceiling, knees can be bent or straight. We have hip lifts, firing up those lower abs. So we just did the upper obliques. Now we're working those lower abs. Press it up and release. You can keep that block between your feet. You can place it between your knees or your thighs. You can always set it off to the side as well if it becomes distracting. It's just something additional to keep your legs towards one another, squeezing that block between your limbs. hip lift, hip lower. Keep it going, just a few more. All right, draw that block between your thighs, between your feet or your ankles. Lower your feet down. From here, feet are hip width, hands by your side. Squeeze that block as you squeeze to lift and squeeze to lower. Glute bridge lift. So avoid doing a full bridge or a wheel that we typically do in yoga by keeping your shoulders pressed in towards the floor. All the work is in your glutes here. Keep your feet close in towards the floor. Lift and lower. If you want to fire up those hamstrings a little bit more, walk your feet further out. Lift and lower. If you want to get more quad focus and glutes, walk your feet directly under your knees, closer in towards your hips. Squeeze to lift, squeeze to lower, engage your abs. You've got it. All right, hold the hips lifted and then walk the feet out wider than your hips. You're coming to like a knock-knee position, still squeezing that block. From here, just lower and lift the glutes. Coming right back to that glute bridge. You're just adjusting the foot placement. So your feet are turned out. Your knees are under. Your knees are hip width, but your feet are wider than your hips. Squeeze to lift, squeeze to lower. This is firing up those inner thighs a little bit more. Keep it going. Almost there, just a few more. Squeeze to lift, squeeze to lower, knock-knee bridge. All right, lower your hips, walk your feet in under your knees, and then draw your knees directly over your hips, shins parallel to the floor. Cactus your arms for a little bit more stability. Allow your knees to fall over to the right, back through center, over to the left. So you're just allowing the knees to fall side to side, little deeper oblique rotation here. It's really a nice stretch as well. As you allow your knees to tip over to the side, try to keep both shoulders grounded into the floor. Just releasing that top hip. Maybe your knees touch the floor. Maybe they just hover. Keep it going, side to side. Almost there, just a few more. All right, finish up where you're at. Draw your knees back over your hips, so cactusing the arms. We're just gonna extend the legs to a hover. Draw the knees back over the hips. Extend, draw them in. So you don't wanna let those knees come closer to your chest or your shoulders than over your hips. So that keeps it more challenging. If you draw your knees closer and increasing that range of motion past your hips, you're allowing that momentum to draw in and then extend. So you want to keep that burn in your lower abs. You can draw your legs out to any degree, closer towards the floor, maybe out to a diagonal. You're continuing to squeeze that block wherever you're at. Give me two more wherever you're at. Legs extend and bend. One more. All right, hold those knees back over your hips. Knees are bent at 90, shins parallel. Resting your hands under your hips. From here, we've got a reverse crunch and lift. So you're crunching your knees in towards your rib cage and then lifting your hips and then releasing back down. Slow and steady, don't use momentum here. So you want to control that movement, gentle lift of your hips, and then gently releasing back down. Reverse crunch. We're really firing up those abs today. Keep it going. Hands under your hips for additional support. It can be a teeny tiny movement with your lift of your hips. You want to avoid pressing your shoulders in towards the floor. You want to use just your abs. Give me one more. All right, gently lower your feet down. Plant that block underneath your left foot. Your left foot is close in towards your left glute. And then stagger your right foot in front. Hands by your side. We're going to do a staggered glute bridge lift and lower. A little stretch for our core as we lift and lower, firing up those glutes here. So your right leg is further away from your right hip. Your left heel is close in towards your left hip. And your left foot's on a block. If you're like, this block is just not my thing under my left foot, that's okay. Set it off to the side. Just take note of what you're doing on one side and do the same thing with the same equipment on the other side, keeping everything symmetrical. Staggered glute bridge lift and lower. Give me 3 more. 2 more. On this next one, hold the hips lifted. Knees open, knees draw back in, knees open, knees draw back in. So you're just keeping that staggered stance, and from here, keeping the hips lifted, you're opening the knees and then drawing them back in. Open and drawing. It doesn't matter how far you open the knees, just make sure that both knees are opening. You're falling to that outer knife edge of each foot, and then you're drawing your knees back in to hip width, right where you started. Try to keep that right hip in line just as high as the left. Even though that left hip has the assistance of being under that block to elevate it naturally, actively draw your hips to be parallel in height. All right, gently lower your hips. Slide that block over to the right side. Place your right foot under that block. Stagger your left foot slightly in front of your right foot. It can be hip width, or you can slide that left foot in directly in front of your right foot. From here, staggered glute bridge lift and lower. So your right heel is close in towards your glutes. Maybe it's on the block. Your left leg is staggered further away from your left hip. Keep it going. Glute bridge lift and lower. Squeeze your glutes to lift. Actively engaging your core as well as your glutes. Keeping your shoulders pressed in towards the floor. All right, 3 more. That's 2. Hold the hips high, knees open, knees closed. Try to keep those hips completely still. If you're like, I can't tell if my hips are parallel or if they're still, just place your hands on your hips. Fingertips to the ceiling, open and close. That'll help you stabilize. Elbows stay pressed in towards the floor. Or you can just rest your hands by your hips, your choice. Keep it going, open and close. Almost there. Give me 2 more. Last one. All right, lower your hips. Set that block over and bring it to your right knee. Draw your right hand or right elbow into your right knee. Your right knee is over your hip. Extend your left leg long. We're gonna bend and extend that left leg. So we're holding a crunch on the right side. That right knee can be directly over your hip, shin parallel, pressing that block into your right thigh with your right hand, or you can draw your right elbow into that block, holding a deeper crunch. You can also plant your right foot Bending your right knee up towards the ceiling, pressing that block into your right thigh, holding an upper body crunch as you continue to bend and extend that left leg. Just the left leg is moving. Keep it going. Hold that left leg extended, lift and lower. You're still pressing that block into your right thigh with your right hand or your right elbow. Right knee is bent, whether that right knee is directly over your hip, shin parallel to the floor, or right foot directly on the floor. Try to point through your left toes. Try to take out any little bend you create in that left leg. Just a few more, then we're going to switch sides. Navel pulled in towards your spine, lower back pressed in towards the floor. Hold that crunch. Give me 2 more leg lifts. That's it, 1 more. All right, gently plant that left foot, bend your left knee. Start by drawing your left knee directly over your left hip, shin parallel, left hand or left elbow. From here, crunch up to hold that block in place, just bending and extending that right leg. Strong point through your toes, long to a hover. Same options here, you can create it any degree. You can bring your left hand on that block between your left thigh. You can plant that left foot on the floor, drawing your left knee to the ceiling, still pressing that block into your left thigh with your left hand. Option 1 is foot on the floor, left knee to the ceiling. Option 2, left hand on that block as well, but your left knee up towards the ceiling, shin hovering. Option 3 is drawing that left elbow between your block and your thigh. All right, wherever you're at, hold that right leg long, lift and lower, holding that upper body crunch as we fire up the lower abs here on the right side. Lift and lower just the right leg. Keep it going. Just the right leg is moving. Try to keep that right leg straight. Point deeper through your right toes. Right leg directly up towards the ceiling and then low to a hover. All right, from here, draw your knees back in towards your chest. We're going to come over onto our right side. Draw that block under your left forearm. Bend your knees directly over your hips. Right elbow is lifted. We're going to lift and lower, clamshell. Now, you can keep your hips lowered and just open and close that top knee, firing up the outer glutes a little bit more. If you want to add more heat to your core, you can lift your hips as you lift that top leg, pressing into your left shin. Little additional support with your left forearm on that block. Just a few more. All right, lower your hips. Keep your left forearm directly under your left shoulder. Keep your bottom knee bent. Extend your right leg. We're just going to lift and lower that right leg. So you're crunching that right oblique. Keep your right elbow wide, keeping your chest open. Just a point, lift and lower that right leg. Keep it going. Lift and lower. All right, hold that right leg lifted, tiny circles, little circles, and then reverse that direction, tiny circles, opposite direction. All right, release that side, quick transition over to the other side. Drawing that block under your right forearm, both knees are bent, left elbow is wide. Option one is just to lift and lower that top left knee. Clamshell, inner and outer thighs, outer left glute. You want to fire up the core. You can lift your hips as you lift that top knee, pressing in to your right shin. Lift and lower. There shouldn't be any pressure on your knees or your hips or your forearm. Lift and lower. Keep that left elbow wide. Continue to breathe here. Just opening and closing top leg, or add in that hip lift, little additional core work. Give me two more. All right, last one. Keep that bottom knee bent, keep your left elbow wide, extend your left leg, lift and lower. So you're kind of sitting up a little bit to allow that crunch on the left side. That right elbow is directly under your right shoulder. Just a lift and a lower. Keep it going. Inner and outer thighs. Strong point through your left toes. All right, hold that left leg lifted, tiny circles here. Really point through your left toes. Doesn't matter which direction, we are going to switch when we're halfway. All right, reverse that circle, tiny circle, opposite directions. This is it, finish strong. Left elbow stays wide. All right, release that left leg. Release that block off to the side. You can keep it close by. Come back onto your bottom and then roll back. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Curl yourself into a tight ball. You can grab your shins or the back side of your thighs and just roll side to side. Release your head, neck, and shoulders, keeping your knees in towards the same shoulder. And then extend your soles of your feet up towards the ceiling. You can continue to grab the back side of your thighs, maybe your shins. You can grab the outer knife edge of your feet, finding your happy baby. Stay here, drawing your lower back in towards the floor. You can roll side to side. You can twist with your lower back staying pressed in towards the floor, and just move your hips side to side, releasing that lower back tension. Gently come back to center wherever you are. Release your right leg long as you flex through your right foot. Release your left foot, drawing your left heel in toward your left glute and just binding your hands underneath your left knee on your left shin. As you continue to flex your right heel, drop closer towards the floor. Point, flex, circle out your left ankle, wiggle your toes. With your right hand to the outside of your left knee, gently guide your left knee over to the right side of your body. You're welcome to look over that left knee. You can gaze up towards the ceiling, or for a deeper stretch, be looking over your left shoulder. Supine twist on the left side. Inhale, come back through center, keeping that left knee in towards your left shoulder, continuing to reach your right leg long. Allow your left foot to come to the inside of your right thigh, coming into reclined tree. Releasing that left leg and just letting your left knee and both hips melt into the mat. Gently bend your left knee. Inhale, reach your right leg to the ceiling, flex through that right foot, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Stay here or allow your knees to fall from side to side. Gently coming back to the center, release your right foot to meet the left. Draw your knees back in towards your chest and find your happy baby. Any variation, holding the soles of your feet, your calves, the back side of your thighs. You can twist, you can roll side to side. Gently come back through center, releasing your left leg long as you keep a hold of your right foot. Flex through your left foot to allow your left calf to come closer to the floor. Release the bind of your right hand, and then bind your hands just beneath your right shin, or just on your right shin beneath your right knee. As you continue to flex through your left foot, you can wiggle your right toes, you can circle out your ankle. Left hand gently grabs the outside of your right knee. Guide your right knee through the center of your body and continue to pull it over to the left side. To deepen the stretch, you can look over your right shoulder. You can also gaze up towards the ceiling or over that right knee. Supine twist on the right side. Gently come back through center. With that left leg long, allow the sole of your right foot to come anywhere on the inside of your left leg. Coming into reclined tree on this side. Letting everything go and just melting into your mat. Plant your right foot, drawing your right knee to the ceiling. Flex through your left foot as you lift it up towards the ceiling. Bend your left knee, crossing your left ankle on the top of your right thigh, and then allow your knees to fall side to side. Gently come back through center. Release your left ankle, plant your left foot to meet the right. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Rock and roll yourself a few times along your spine. And then coming up to a comfortable seated position. Inhale, sweep both arms up high. Exhale, release your right hand to your left knee. Gently look over your left shoulder. Inhale through center. Exhale, left hand to right knee, looking over your right shoulder. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, hands to heart. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my practice with you. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Mindy.